Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is City of Heroes going rogue Iron Man mode on the Rebirth server. We're with our level 5 Dominator named Faceplant, who someday is going to Faceplant, and we're on a story arc for the Deputy Assistant of Information, and he wants us to speak with Specialist Harris. So there is some wandering around in these low-level missions because they want you to, get the lay of the land and find the different parts of the city. And so there's going to be some of that. In a regular playthrough, I probably wouldn't record this, but I feel like we have to record most of it, at least until we get our movement power, because it's always possible, although not super likely in this part of the city, that we could blunder into something that decides it wants to attack us, and we could die. So I need to make sure that we're documenting that we haven't died yet up to this level. So if my suspicions are correct, the stuff that's going on with the clockworks isn't a random occurrence. So I need you to check out the clockworks and see what's going on with them. And they will probably attack me. The clockworks are different in Pretoria. They are like sort of these humanoid-looking... Oh, I went the wrong way there. They're these humanoid-looking robots that are like service robots around the town. You can see we can target a lot of these things. If you want, you can attack them, but they're not hostile to you. They're neutral. Right? They're attackable, neutral targets rather than hostile. And I think one of the big misses on this, sort of one of the whiffs at a pitch right over the plate, is if you attack the neutral ones, it should do something with your faction. They don't really have faction scores and stuff in here at this point. I don't even remember where it's shown, but like with tip missions and stuff. But there should be some sort of a loyalist to renegade faction slider that you can see, and your actions should gain you points that you can see in a slider. I would think that would be really useful. Oh, there is a boss. Oh my gosh. Right at the beginning. Do we have anybody else in here? Just trying to see if... And we've got some guys over there too. Oh man. I don't know if they're going to aggro to me. This could be the death of this character, but we'll see. Let's grab some of that and some of that, and let's go ahead and... I'm actually going to, believe it or not, pull this boss. I want to get him away from the other guys. And then we're going to start trying to... So now, he is not going to be held from that first hold. He's entangled. That's good. We want to keep him entangled. If we have to run away, we can, and he can't attack me. But if we throw the hold on every time it recharges, and it doesn't miss, we can stack it. And we might be able to hold him. My guess is at this point, by the time I'm able to hold him, he's going to be dead, or I'm going to be dead. Right, so now you're seeing the damage over time coming up. Right? And now we hold again. And now it takes effect, right? Because we've stacked 2 of them. And if we look at the magnitude, it's a 3 magnitude hold. We stacked a second one on. It recharged in 8 seconds. So there were 4 seconds left or so of the first hold, and I threw the second one on that brought the magnitude up to 6. After 4 seconds, it would have gone down to 3, and he would have been free again. If you can get this recharge time down, you can keep stacking it like that, and they can't get out. Then they would need a higher than a mag 6 defense. Alright, so we've got this guy who's going to help us, and then these guys. We can hold one of them. Oh. She's not helping me? Or she's just running out? Okay, I thought she was going to help me. Guess not. So we need to put down the malfunctioning clockworks. And you can see a couple of minions are no challenge already to this character just because of how much we can hold them. They all fighting with each other? Interesting. Freed her. You don't know if you can look at a clockwork the same again? Yeah, try going to Paragon City and you won't be able to look at them the same, that's for sure. So this is a defeat all mission. We have to defeat everybody in here. Right, because it's put down all the malfunctioning clocks. We got domination up, so we can use that the next time we fight a lieutenant. This character is kicking butt. I'm really enjoying him. Faceplant. I'll be sorry when this one dies. I mean, I wasn't happy when the other ones did too, but this one in particular, I'm a big fan of Plant Thorn dominating. It's super fun. Did these guys just spawn? I didn't even see them here. So there's a yellow minion. We'll just go ahead and use domination. It'll rebuild. And we do a lot more damage with domination going. And our holds also last a lot longer, which is nice. Hold that one too. And there we go. I'm going to pause here because I'm getting a phone call. I'll be right back. Well, that was a waste of the domination, unfortunately, but, and it was, of course, just a spammer. But we don't really have to worry too much about the Oh, we over-aggroed. That's not good. Alright, so let's entangle one. We held one, and we're going to... Oh, we missed that one. That's not good. I'm going to back up here. Try and see if we can... Should be alright. We have enough ability to mez these guys that that we should be alright. Because they can't attack us from they can't all attack us because some of them are locked down in place and some of them are completely held, right? And so they can't shoot us as much as, say, like if you over aggro normally, everybody's shooting at you. But when you've got holds, you can just entangle one, right? You can back up, the other one comes at you. Now the entangled guy can't hit you because he's too far away. Then you put a hold on the second guy, and you start pounding him. And by the time this guy gets out of his entangle, he's lost half his hit points, and you don't have anybody else to fight. That's quite nice. Dominators are awesome. Again, I like them better than controllers because they can do some pretty good damage. Controllers have a hard time doing damage. I am lucky these guys did not aggro to me. So with a controller, you'd pretty much have to put on your holds and just wait for them to do damage over time. Your secondary, because that would be your primary, your secondary really doesn't generally do a lot of damage as a controller. There are a few exceptions to individual powers that may do some, but they're mostly buffs, debuffs, and heals. Okay, so now we need to talk to the warrant officer. And we're halfway through level 5, guys. We may get to level 6 in this mission. In this, episode. Not this mission. The mission is over. And then we will have teleportation, which will allow us to beam all around the city. Super fun power. Return to Specialist Harrison. Okay. I really do like the textures in Nova Praetoria. It's really nice. Even like the way the streets are textured and stuff looks as good as the base game looks. This looks even nicer. Especially when we set the viz scale up. And look how pretty this city is. It's really awesome. Hey, faceplant, what'd you find out? They've been tampered with. Okay, go inside the city maintenance facility and check out what's going on. And this hopefully will level us. We'll see. You got all these really cool canals. It's a really neat design for the city. I have to say, you know, they did such a good job with different city zones in COH, both in the default game and here, to make them look varied and different and realistic and interesting. Each zone is something worth adventuring in because you see something different, and it all looks very realistic and yet stylized at the same time. They really got this amazing alchemy of both sort of a stylized city that clearly looks like Paragon or Nova Pretoria, and yet still looks very realistic in terms of like the logic of how cities are laid out and stuff. Very cool. Very, very well done. I can't say enough good things about the design of this game. They did a great job. That is a good cleaner, I guess. We'll fight the bad ones. Oh, missed there. This character is doing quite well. You coming? Are you free? Or are we going to talk? Okay. I guess you're just standing there. This character is maybe the best puller. Because you can entangle two guys and then back up, right, out of the entangle and the hold, and then fight the other guys, which is pretty cool. Now, I'm not worrying about like doing it perfectly right now because these guys are just white cons and we're doing fine against them. But oh, and by the way, this character is awesome against runners because you can just stop them. Which is so cool. Okay, we're dominating again. You can see it comes back very quickly. Cone attack, hit them both. Re-up the hold. And you're dead. Sweet. Yeah, I guess these robots are not infected, and so they're just going to stand there. So we need to find out who is responsible for all this malfunctioning. And there is a hacked sweeper, 2 of them. Okay, so they're just minions. We'll hold one. And entangle the other. Back to the one we held and just keep holding. Right this way. That guy just simply can't attack me. I don't know why this guy's not doing anything. So basically you can make it so that he never touches you. Just hold, 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 keep stacking it. Perma-hold. Hold lock, whatever you want to call it. Especially with domination going, because it lasts longer. And it's a higher mag, I believe, as well. So, like, if you read this, it's super confusing, the way they wrote it. But it does a 3 mag hold for 12 seconds, and then I think this is plus 3 mag hold for 18 seconds. So you get a 6 mag for the first 12 seconds, and then 3 for the next 6. Which is why when you entangle them under domination, if you let it sit, you get the entangle animation, and then it'll disappear and re-engage, right? So that's the 6 mag going away and the 3 mag now taking hold, if you want to call it that. I don't know if I explained it correctly, but that's kind of what it's doing. right? So you get more strength to it, and it lasts longer. You can see this character, I use the Nemesis Staff occasionally, but it almost doesn't really need it even at 5th level, because we're constantly pouring out the damage with everything we do, whether it's an entangle or a hold, right? And the entangle recharges so fast that we can just reapply it, right? Or actually I applied it to the wrong guy, but that's alright. We'll just put a hold on this guy. Right? And they're so busy trying to get out of the holds and entangles that they can't do anything to you until it's too late. Like that. And now we're going to hold this guy and he won't even attack me. Alright, so we're going to turn sprint off because we're starting to drain our endurance. And that's because we're attacking so fast. We don't have any endurance reducers on anything. We don't have any slots on stamina. We don't have any of that. Speaking of that, if we look at character design, oh my goodness, look at all these enhancements. Alright, well, I think we want some accuracy. Let's go ahead and up this. Rather than put a yellow on something, we'll just make that a level 7 accuracy, which is pretty good. Not going to bother with level 3 damage. Yeah, level 3, not worth it. Okay. Oh, and that's actually an immobilized duration. We can eventually use that. So one of the things I like to do on Entangle and the area effect Entangle is increase the range modifier when you get a chance, right? It's hard to do early, right? Because you just don't have a lot of slots, and it generally not that useful unless you're talking about SOs. But what I like to do is increase the range modifier. Because if you can shoot them, if you can entangle them from a distance, right, further out, if you can, like, and also increase the range modifier on your other attacks, it's something I don't think I got around to at level 25, even with my Homecoming version of this character. But I think I did it on my level 40. If you increase the range on a lot of your abilities, you can entangle them when you're too far away from them for them to hit you, and you can hit them. With a single origin, it's like I think it's a 30% range increase. That's a lot. So instead of, 100-foot range where they can shoot you and you can shoot them, you can do 130 feet, you can shoot them and they can't shoot you. And you can just entangle them and then just sit there and shoot them, and they can't do anything to you because they're too far away to hit you. Doing it with entangle is super useful because it allows you to endurance reducer. Let's get an endurance reducer on Thorny Darts because we use it a lot. It's not helping a lot. It's only like half an endurance, but it's something. Anyway, having the increased range modifier would allow me to, like, say you can't hit this guy, right? You're out of range, but you could maybe entangle him, right? And then he can't shoot you, but you can just keep entangling him, and he can't come any closer because he's immobilized, right? So if I back out of that, like, that's the limit of the range. He can't shoot me now, right? But if I want to hit him again, I'm going to have to come closer, right? And that means, and I should have fired this before, that means that he can shoot me back, right? But if I keep the, if I have the entangle at an increased range, I can just keep chaining the entangle while he's out of my range. And as I keep chaining the entangle, he's taking damage, he can't hit me, and it basically makes you unhittable, right? Now that's only for one character, the other guys are going to run up to me, right? But it's super helpful to have somebody that you can keep immobilized while he is out of your range. That's super useful. And you're not going to run away. There we go. Yes, runners don't work against dominators or controllers. They will stop you. Okay, so there's a resistance sympathizer. Oh, we got guys right here. Trying to see if he had anybody else with him, but he doesn't. So we know we are on bosses because we've had a few. Otherwise, I'd be concerned seeing a lieutenant there. But and that's the end of domination, unfortunately. So we're going to have to fight the lieutenant without it, but that's okay. So now with somebody like this, I'm going to start with a hold. If it works, great. If it doesn't, at least you get the first mag started on it, right? The first hold, and then you can try to stack it. So now he's not going to be able to get out of it. He's stuck. Right, if the first one worked, they'll all work, and he's not going anywhere. So now you can fight a lieutenant, and he can't even shoot you back. And that is the end of the mission. Guys, we're so close to level 6. So close. TP and camera crew and reporter there. So they're checking us out. And we've leveled up. Oh, that was the end of the story arc. Wow, okay. Great job thwarting that resistance plot. Okay. So now we need to get out of here. Not sure how you do that. I came in by just jumping. Well, let's use this thing just to get over here. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Okay, we're not going to need that anymore because we're going to use teleport. So let us... So now we have to talk to this clockwork, but let us go to Duncan and get leveled up, and that will enable us to get teleport. Oops. And we're level 6, guys, and unfortunately we didn't level up inside a mission, so we're not going to be able to res in our next mission if we die. That's just the way it works. So we've gotten this character to level 6. We're halfway as far as we got our previous character, the Corruptor, lethal exposure. And we're about a little under a third as far as we've gotten our Guardian so far. Man, I just love the way they designed this. Look at the reflections. It looks great. Okay, Dunk. Give me teleport. Teleport. And we now can teleport. How are we doing on time? 23. Alright, so let me just give you guys a quick rundown on how teleport works. And I'm going to need to come up with a bind for it, but teleport, basically you click it, and then up to a certain range, right? And when it turns vertical like that, that's as far as you can go. Up to a certain range, you just disappear from one place and reappear the other place. And you float in the air for just a second or two. And because you do that, you can teleport up, right? And then if you keep clicking, you can continue to teleport. You got to do it very quickly or you will fall, but you can keep teleporting until you can teleport. Yeah, I fell. I was going to try to say you can teleport to the roof of a building, right? So I'm going to make a bind for this. I can't remember how I used to bind it, so I will... Oh, let's get out of here. I will do that at an off screen. And I'm not going to make you watch me screwing around with it trying to remember how to do teleports. So, I will stop here. I know it's a short episode, but I'm going to stop here and get used to teleport again and try to remember what my bind was. I might actually go into my homecoming character and just look at what her bind is so that I can remember it. and then sway. I think I just hit the T key and teleport, but I can't remember what the bind is, so I gotta go look that up. So we're gonna stop here. I hope you've enjoyed. We've lived to level 6. Hopefully we will live beyond that for a long while. I'm enjoying Plantthorn. Until next time, I am Scrapperlock, and this is Iron Man mode on the City of Heroes Rebirth server.